A quick thing I have to say is, despite these episodes being leaked and airing early in another country, I've been avoiding the spoilers like the plague. It's not really that easy to avoid it, especially when it's spread all over the internet and forums you're on. Not easy. Thankfully, I don't think, this is one of the episodes that's not talked about throughout all the recent leaks that have been happening. So, going into this blindly, let's... Obviously, before I go and watch it, the title is referencing a real-life board game, Trivia Pursuit. I actually have one on my shelf. It's actually Disney-themed. But it's actually one of the vintage ones. But it ought to be interesting to see how all this works. I mean, from what I could tell, it's probably a Twilight and Pinky themed episode. And yeah, it's just about to take a look at it, see how it all, is. Is it me, or are these episodes getting a bit worse? Because last week we had 246 grade, and it was an outpour of practically the worst of Rainbow Dash. And yeah, I could see why. But is this another one of the worst episodes that there is? Well, I could say so. It's mixed, but at the same time, I don't know. Because what happens in this? Because it's both Twilight and Pinky. They're paired up for some competition, and Twilight fears for the worst because she wants to keep her high score and everything, but in the end just wants herself to keep her score, but keep Pinky out of this. I feel for the most part this is Twilight at her worst. But I'm not sure if there ever was a worse Twilight episode that has ever come out in the 9 years that this show has been on the air. I really have no idea, to be quite honest. But either way, we have this episode. I don't know, I'm mixed on it, but I may give it another watch down the line. And it's rare that I ever rewatch a recent episode about 2 times within the same season, but again, over time it probably may go to the worst of it, because honestly, we want at least a good story, but again, it's the whole idea of too many cooks in the kitchen. Or like newcomers that are just like, okay, what if we do this, or what if we do that? Sometimes it can throw the continuity sorta out of whack. And we have to make sure that that continuity that these characters learn are intact. I don't have really much to say about this. I mean, what are thoughts are, just leave them below, and I'll see you next time for the new MLP episode. I may do some reviews later on, and the next portion of the top 40 favorite movies is still being worked on. I'd say about halfway through, but I won't know until the time is right. Anyways, see you next week.